guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another horror review. Tonight we're looking at Arrow Video's new release of the film called The Woods, which I don't really know too much about because it's brand new to me and I didn't want to read anything about the synopsis. All that I knew, I saw when it was coming out, I saw they had a montage clips of films coming out and The Woods was in there and it looked really intriguing. So I thought, well, I'll pick this one up and we'll have a good look at it. So before we do anything, let's have a look at the actual release. So here we are. Let's have a little closer look here at The Woods here on Arrow Video. This was released this week here in September. Not seen the film, it just looks really, really interesting. So we're going to take off the cellophane. And we can move that out of the way. Comes with this lovely slipcase. With the same artwork on the cover. And the reverse is the same. It comes with a booklet. We'll have a look at that in a second. Comes with a disc and reversible sleeve. So let's put that aside and we'll have a little look at the booklet. Some nice artwork in here. Looks like it's based around some sort of school. I bet no doubt it's going to be like a school trip gone wrong. Looks like that could be the school there. That's the booklet. So we'll pop that in there. Return the disc. And that is the physical release there of The Woods. So it's quite a nice little set as always. A traditional Arrow sort of set with a slipcase and a booklet. No poster or art cards in there. Obviously this is the limited edition one. It does think it says it on there. You can't really read it too well. The sort of special edition, which are for the initial release of these things. And when they've had that and they get released after initial release, they come out and they will look like that, but without any booklet and without any slipcase. But this is Arrow, so there should be an amount of special features on here. So let's see what it's got on special features. So this is the main menu for The Woods. Let's have a look at special features. It has a commentary with Lucky McKee and Walter Charles. Into the Woods, which is an interview with director Lucky McKee and storyboard by Vanessa McKee. Recorded exclusively for Arrow Video in 2025. You Don't Own Me, an interview with actress Agnes Bruckner, recorded exclusively in 2025. Storyboard Gallery. 10 days on set. A never before seen behind the scenes footage of the film set. Sourced by Lucky McKee. Personal archives, trailer and image gallery, and that is the special features on The Woods. So there is a number of special features on there, not a lot, but again there is some on there, so that's pretty cool. So let's get on to the story. So this film is based in 1965. and it's about a young girl called Heather, played by Agnes Bruckner, and she is being sent to this boarding school, this sort of mysterious boarding school, because of her sort of misbehaviour. She set her woodlands on fire. Anyway, she's been taken there by her parents, Alice and Joe. Alice is played by Emma Campbell and Joe is played by Bruce Campbell. And they are escorting her to this boarding school. And when she arrives, she meets the headmistress called Miss Travers, played by Patricia Clarkson, who's absolutely wonderful in this film. And then the sort of story engrosses as all these mysterious things start happening around her. She makes friends with a young girl called Marcy, played by Lauren Burkell, and she makes an enemy of another girl there called Samantha, played by Rachel Nichols. And we have other sort of teachers and stuff there. We have Miss Cross, played by Jane Gilchrist, Miss Leyland, played by Catherine Colville, and Miss Mackinshaw, played by Marcia Bennett. And we've got other people amongst the other students and stuff like this. And all these strange things start to happen. She starts getting this vision of this young girl called Anne, played by Catherine McKay, who's sort of like, she's supposedly gone missing in the woods, because they're in this old house, this old sort of house, and surrounded by this woodlands. And there's a mysterious story behind this, that years ago 3 witches came to the boarding school, and they sort of like weren't accepted in, and they were bullied by them, and they sort of like placed a curse onto the woods outside this school. And in all this sort of bizarre things and visions start happening throughout the film. And our poor character Heather is sort of like amongst the mist of it all, as she started to the headmistress, Miss Travers, has started to see some special gifts in her, should I say, and she likes her to be able to join them. Join who? You need to sort of watch it and find out, because the film sort of unfolds into a sort of mysterious witchcraft film. So it's right up my street. But let's talk about the characters. Now, the characters in this film are wonderful. This film was made in 2006, but it's really cool. Agnes Bruckner, who plays Heather, is fantastic. Absolutely beautiful looking woman, but so is Patricia Clarkson in this as the headmistress. She's stunning looking, and they got this real aura about them and their characters around the sort of the whole sort of film is based around this sort of confrontation between these two. And I actually like Samantha, the bully, played by Rachel Nichols, because she does play it really, really well. And it's great to see some other famous names in there. Obviously, Jane Gilchrist and Bruce Campbell of Evil Dead claim. And obviously, I believe Emma Campbell must be related to him, possibly his wife or something like that. But they all sort of appear into this sort of like wonderful, mysterious story, and they're great characters. So let's get to my final verdict. Right, I'm going to score this film an amazing watch and give it a 9 out of 10. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It took me a little while to grab into it, because it does have that 2006 feel, sort of horror film feel to it. But then that sort of fades away as the story progresses. And when the witchcraft story sort of takes over, it just grabbed me, and I just thought, wow, this is just so cool. And all these crazy things going on with all these sort of like poor young children sort of like in this boarding school, which seems to be surrounded and engrossed by the woodlands. You see coming through the windows branches and sort of like vines all coming through to the classrooms, and there's leaves and stuff. Like when some of the girls go missing and disappear, when they pull back the bed sheets, the body's shaped there, but with leaves, and they've gone. And we got a real sort of like mysterious sort of like looks from our evil Miss Traverse, who seems to be the sort of like leader of this almost like a cult sort of or coven of witches that seem to be running this school, looking for this prodigy, which they think is Heather. And it just plays out absolutely wonderful into a sort of climatic end when Bruce Campbell and discover what's going on. They come back to help to rescue Heather, but they do that. You need to watch it and find out. But it's a really cool film. The Woods, 9 out of 10. If any of you guys seen it, let me know down below. You might have done, because it's been out since 2006, and it is a little strange and a little quirky little story to start with, but when the story starts to grab you, it takes hold. It ends. I mean, oh God, I could just done another 10-15 minutes, because I'm just starting to really get into the characters, especially Miss Traverse. Her character is so cool and so evil and wonderful, and she's so beautiful and so great on the screen. It's just such a cool film. Absolutely loved it. I highly recommend it. And I also highly recommend you go and check out some other channels. Check out Horror Hands, Horror Geek, Man v Film, RS Design, Pizzawell, I'm Ice Lord, Cat Watches Horror Movies, Grumpy Andrew's Horror House, The Maniac, and Sammy G's World of Cinema. Until next time, look after yourselves, look after one another, and I really hope I see you all soon.